Well, it's been a long night of preliminaries, none of which have really satisfied the hunger of this big crowd for some great boxing action. So all the energy is left to be released for the main event. Let's get ready for Floyd Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton. Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer on the planet. For unmitigated brawling, there's only one Ricky Hatton. Together, they have created one of the biggest events on this year's boxing calendar. Both are undefeated champions. Both are coming off signature wins. Last May, Floyd Mayweather claimed the most important victory of his extraordinary career when he beat Oscar De La Hoya for a 154-pound title. Mayweather beginning to operate like a surgeon. 1 month later, the world junior welterweight champion led a British invasion of Las Vegas when he faced off with Jose Luis Castillo. Upward of 10,000 British citizens made the trip across the Atlantic, and they witnessed one of Hatton's finest performances.
The perfect left hook to the liver ends the fight.
I think you saw more action in these 4 rounds than you saw value for money in Floyd's whole career. I'll just leave it at that.
When Hatton made the comment that he made on HBO, Floyd looked to me and said, "Make the fucking fight happen."
The fight sold out in less than 1 hour. From the moment the contracts were signed, the biggest challenge of Hatton's career stared him right in the face.
Are you willing to die to somebody? I'm willing to die. Are you?
Can Hatton's relentless pressure solve the riddle so many before him have found impenetrable? Or will Mayweather dismiss Hatton in the ring as casually as he has dismissed him in the run-up to the fight?
What makes Ricky Hatton any different from any other opponent that I faced? All of them got their ass spanked. He gonna get his ass spanked too.
Tonight, they meet in Mayweather's adopted hometown of Las Vegas, and Hatton fans have once again crossed the pond in droves in hope of making Floyd's backyard Hatton's home court. Floyd Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton is finally here. It's time for our main event. Floyd Mayweather in his second mega fight here at the MGM Grand in 2007 against the rugged physicality of Ricky Hatton. Mayweather versus Hatton is being brought to you by MGM Grand, the city of entertainment in Las Vegas. Rockstar Energy Drink, party like a rock star. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment, brought to you by HBO. Friday, the weigh-in festivities began unofficially at about 6 a.m., with fans lining up simply to get into the arena. 6,000 of them, predominantly Hatton supporters, sang, chanted, vocalized support for their fighter in one of the unique scenes to be seen at any weigh-in in our memory. There were a few Mayweather backers in attendance, including fellow Dancing with the Stars celebrities Wayne Newton and Helio Castroneves, plus a few young Mayweather-sponsored kids, but not enough to overwhelm the preponderance of Hattonites. When they got on the scales, Hatton looked lean at 145. Mayweather checked in right at the 147-pound welterweight limit. Ever since his destruction of Diego Corrales in 2001, Floyd Mayweather has generally been considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport. The only real threat to that mythical title, April 2002, when Jose Luis Castillo bullied Mayweather around the ring before ultimately losing a disputed decision. We'll find out what Floyd has learned about infighting in the 5 years since that night. One question for Ricky Hatton could be, does he have enough experience against top-notch opposition for this? Hatton points to his wins over Costazu and Jose Luis Castillo, but both those fighters were well past their primes, as Mayweather most certainly is not. And will Hatton be skilled enough and quick enough to deal with Floyd Mayweather's brilliance? He is about to find out. And now we bring you inside the arena, where it is an ongoing celebration of the presence of Ricky Hatton in the fight. And a question becomes, will Mayweather, with all of his experience and his skills, be energized in the right way by the crowd which is going to be so overwhelmingly against him, or will it in some way throw him for a loop, causing him perhaps to make an error of aggression? Just check this out. It's an amazing scene, ladies and gentlemen. Unique in our experience in the sport, very much like being at a massive college football rivalry game, Harvard-Yale perhaps, Wabash-DePaul, Michigan-Ohio State, take your pick. Larry Merchant, second time this year that we've been here for a Floyd Mayweather fight of this magnitude, an unbelievably brilliant year in boxing in terms of great matchups. 6 months ago in this arena, Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya smashed all records for financial impact, but they fell well short of creating the kind of excitement that a lot of people, particularly in the general public, had hoped for in the fight. Can Mayweather and Hatton reach more modest expectations here tonight?
Possibly, but to predict it would be hope over experience. The hope that Hatton can pressure Mayweather into using the art of war more than the art of self-defense, at which he is so sophisticated and dominant, but which also frequently drains all the drama out of a fight. Whatever, we have this scene, we have this event, thousands of true believers hoping that their hero, their neighbor, their friend can somehow give a little bit of hell to a fighter, an American who thinks he is heaven sent. Nobody's been able to do that yet, Jim.
And indeed, nobody's been able to do it largely because Floyd Mayweather is seen by many as the most brilliant defender in the sport. Emmanuel Stewart, Ricky Hatton is a dynamic inside fighter. What can he do, what must he do to break through the brilliance of Floyd Mayweather's defense, which has been mystifying for other fighters?
Normally, I've always said that the guy that would beat Floyd Mayweather would have to be a big welterweight. But the fact that Ricky Hatton is not a big welterweight, but Floyd is not big himself, I think Ricky has a better chance than the average guy, because not only does he put a lot of pressure, but he knows how to do things to neutralize the shoulder roll of Mayweather. And that's by not just coming directly in a straight line, attacking, using his feet, attacking Mayweather from angles, unlike what De La Hoya and the other guys did. I think Ricky's foot speed is something that people are underestimating, and the intensity that he fights with, which is unlike anything that Floyd has ever fought. He fights with the same intensity and emotion that the crowd that supports him has. But I think Floyd's superior skill would give him an advantage, but it's not one that I would be comfortable with if I was a betting guy.
Comparisons continue to enter my mind. It's Army-Navy. It's Texas A&M when the game is played in College Station and the Corps gets to do all of the stuff that they do before the game. It is really an amazing scene. So you've seen the ad hoc pageantry that surrounds us. Now let's begin the official pageantry with ring announcer Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from the moment you've been waiting for. First, we will honor the fighters and their respective national anthems. Here to sing the national anthem, God Save the Queen, there are stars, there are superstars, and there are legends. The legend is with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Tom Jones.
God save our gracious Queen. Long live our noble Queen. God save our Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save our Queen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the multi-Grammy nominated American Music Award winner, star of the box office smash motion picture Transformers. Please welcome HQ Entertainment Platinum recording artist and 1/3 of R&B supergroup TGT, Tyrese Gibson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave. TGT.
And the majesty of the fight draws a diverse group of celebrities. That's movie star Jude Law. Not far away from Jude Law in the crowd, Ray Leonard, who once fought a fight of this magnitude at the summit of the sport in September of '81 against Thomas Hearns, the man just to the other side of Jeff Wald there. Mark Cuban, Wayne Newton, and Helio Castroneves, the Dancing with the Stars trio, here to support their Dancing with the Stars teammate Floyd Mayweather. Tiger Woods is a big fight fan. So too is actor Will Ferrell. Mario Lopez is a denizen of the LA gyms, along with his Dancing with the Stars partner from last year, Karina Smirnoff, who was Floyd Mayweather's Dancing with the Stars partner this year. Denzel Washington makes it to many of the big fights. This is quite a diverse and star-studded celebrity group. Wesley Snipes just on the other side of Denzel here, closer to the camera. David Beckham is here to root, no doubt, for his countryman Ricky Hatton. Jeremy Piven of Entourage and movie fame, and CA agent Jack Tiernan is as good as his word. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are both here, as Jack swore they'd be, and Gwen Stefani. No doubt it is quite a celebrity group. Hail of the tape for Floyd Mayweather and Ricky Hatton. A one-year age advantage for Hatton. They're virtually the same age. Ricky Hatton is listed at 5'6.5" and Mayweather at 5'8". Maybe they're even a little closer in height than that. It's not a huge advantage for Mayweather, but the arm length advantage could be significant. Rather unusual. 26 inches for Mayweather, only 20 inches for Hatton, measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. Hey, Ricky knows he has to jump inside to fight him anyway. Hatton weighed in at 145, 2 pounds under the welterweight limit, as somewhat tells the tale of his 140-pound background, and Mayweather has long ago become accustomed to making 147 the welterweight limit. Rules of the bout with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Floyd Mayweather-Ricky Hatton fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3-knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case the is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim!
Ricky Hatton enters to the strains of Blue Moon, which is the traditional theme song of the Manchester City Soccer Club, for which both his grandfather and his father played football. Playing a Floyd Mayweather video to the crowd as Ricky Hatton begins to get salve applied around his eyes where he has a history of being cut. He has not had a severe cut since his fight against Carlos Mausa 2 years ago, but he has a long history of having been cut in fights, and there are some in the media rows behind us, some sports writers who have predicted in advance that Floyd Mayweather will stop Ricky Hatton on cuts. In fact, a member of Mayweather's camp flatly said to me, this won't be a decision. This is going to be a TKO because we'll cut Hatton up. For his part, Hatton is quite aware of the past history and told us this morning in our meeting with him that he is quite convinced that he's beyond the point now where cuts are going to affect him in a big fight, unless they come on a butt. Here's Floyd Mayweather with that brilliant record, 17 straight wins, 8 knockouts in title fights, choosing Bruce Springsteen entry music.
I think he wants to hit the patriotic note, get the fans on his side.
Mayweather's belts are being carried into the ring by his Dancing with the Stars compatriots, Mark Cuban, Wayne Newton, Helio Castroneves. Castroneves was born in Brazil. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, where tonight, Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and Mayweather Promotions are proud to present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing, sanctioned by the World Boxing Council and recognized by Ring Magazine for the Welterweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by Rockstar Energy Drink. Party like a rock star here and in the UK. Tecate, cerveza with attitude. And Southwest Airlines, Southwest, the symbol of freedom. Presented in association with HBO Pay-Per-View, this contest governed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Dr. Tony Alamo, Executive Director Keith Kaiser, WBC President Jose Suleiman. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout on the 10-point system will be Bert Clements, Dave Moretti, and Paul Smith. And inside the ring, at the bell, your referee in charge of the action, Joe Cortez. And now, 2 fighters, unbeaten, undefeated, have entered the ring. Only one will emerge victorious. Somebody's O has got to go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue, official weight, 145 pounds. His professional record is a perfect one, consisting of 43 bouts, 43 victories, including 31 knockouts. He is a 3-time world titleist, currently recognized by Ring Magazine as the true junior welterweight world champion. Presenting the challenger, the former welterweight world champion and 2-time junior welterweight champion of the world, the undefeated fighting pride of Manchester, England, Ricky Hatton. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing gray, official weight, 147 pounds. A perfect professional record also. 38 bouts, 38 victories, including 24 knockouts. He has captured 5 world titles in 5 different divisions and is rated by all as, pound for pound, the best in the world. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, former junior lightweight, former lightweight, former super lightweight, former super welterweight world champion, the reigning, defending, undefeated welterweight champion of the world, Pretty Boy Floyd, a.k.a. Money Mayweather.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight over good sportsmanlike conduct on both the fighters and the cornermen, you understand? Give me a clean fight. I bring back commands at all time. And remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch him up.
No. Floyd Mayweather insists that Ricky Hatton should appreciate that he is getting a chance to fight him. Let's see how Ricky Hatton shows his appreciation.
You like watching Floyd Mayweather fight? Feast your eyes. He flatly claimed to us yesterday that he will not fight in either calendar 2008 or 2009. And this will be, if not his last fight ever, certainly his last fight for at least 2 more years. He said, "I don't love boxing." Hatton would never say anything of the sort.
Right here, you see the difference in the speed of Ricky Hatton as compared to other opponents of Floyd. Even when Oscar fought it, the foot speed, in addition to the upper body movement, is a lot different.
Good quick left hook lands on the button for Mayweather. The accuracy of Floyd Mayweather's punching is one of his biggest weapons.
It's the no man's land between where Hatton is and where he wants to get, where Mayweather has to win the fight.
far, Mayweather's doing a very good job of keeping Hatton in no man's land.
Yeah,
landing his counter shots.
But Rick is putting a lot of pressure, more than I've ever saw any opponent put on. Even though he hasn't landed, he's putting pressure that Floyd is getting very uncomfortable with. The foot special is a main thing. So
every body punch should bring a thunderous roar from the crowd, or at least as long as Hatton is functionally in the fight.
See, that's again that foot speed. He's got Floyd losing his balance. He's making Floyd move a lot faster than he wants to.
And if Floyd wasn't such a gifted athlete, he would have gone down there.
It's when he gets here that Hatton has to try to do damage and mount an offense. He says that the fallacy for most fighters has been that when they get Floyd into close quarters, they waste punches. And that he won't look to try to throw unnecessary combinations, but rather try to land something serious.
So far, I would say the fight is going more towards what Ricky wants to do. Floyd looks a little uncomfortable. He's having problems actually hitting Ricky just as well, too. Ricky is causing the problem with his speed.
Well, what Hatton wants to make you do is fight 180 seconds of every round. Very few opponents who are in love with that.
It's the British Bulldog against the American boxer.
Good straight right hand by Mayweather. Another effective, accurate counter punch.
That's what Floyd is going to have to do to get some respect, because he can't keep running. He's going to have to land some power punch to slow Ricky down by getting respect.
Relax, relax. You're running that shit, relax. Take your mouthpiece out, relax.
Screw shot's working. Slip it straight as you come in. That's working. Slip it jab, slip it straight, slip it screw shot, yeah? They don't crazy yet. Don't start finding anything yet. Give them more substance to the body. Yeah? Okay?
Don't worry about it, don't worry about it.
Keep turning, keep turning. Keep turning.
All you doing is keep pot shot.
3 rounds. 3 rounds.
Oh, then hold it. Shit.
Many fans around the arena standing up
All you have to do is relax.
as if they are trying to interpret and decode what they just saw.
Well, the end of the round, Floyd did what he's got to continue to do if he's going to do anything, because he's going to have to slow down Ricky a little bit to get respect.
Well, it's interesting how perceptions can be formed. CompuBox numbers in round one were one-sidedly Mayweather. CompuBox found Mayweather landing 12 of 37 and Hatton landing 5 of 24.
And I think that's pretty accurate, but it's just the tempo that I see the way the fight is going is something that Floyd is not used to. So he's going to have to fight tonight.
Well, and Harold Letterman scored the first round for Ricky Hatton. Perhaps thinking that it was a Hatton round in terms of ring generalship.
Yeah, I think, but punches landed, I'd have to say Floyd. The fight is moving towards the way Ricky wants it to go. So he's actually controlling the tempo of the fight.
A street fight.
Street fight. And his speed is bothering Floyd too.
There's an abrasion on the left cheekbone of Mayweather.
And I thought I saw a trickle of blood out of the nostril of Ricky Hatton after one of those Mayweather counter shots. Cortez with a tutorial. He may have to issue some more of those.
Well, when you're coming in with the anxiety the way that Ricky's coming in, you always want to leave yourself open. So he's determined evidently that he's going to do that. Figure that it still would pay off because he could get closer and eventually wear out Mayweather but still taking punches as he's coming in.
Good right hand by Mayweather.
And then he reached out and grabbed Hatton and held him.
Well, he's been throwing one punch at a time, and some of them have been very effective.
Well, so far, he's keeping Ricky at a distance where he can catch him. But if he lets Ricky start crowding him as the fight goes on, it's going to be different, especially with Ricky having those shorter arms.
Now Hatton lands the jab and gets inside.
You gotta get a little nasty. You gotta get him back till he fight.
lands another jab, almost gets tripped by Mayweather's feet. Mayweather missing with a right-hand counter punch.
Break out clean.
The way this is going, you wonder if Cortez is going to allow Hatton to fight the fight that he wants to fight. Because Cortez seems to be breaking them up every time they get into close quarters.
All right, you guys are doing too much dirty fighting, too much wrestling. You make almost at 80 points. I made it.
It's Mayweather who's holding. There's no question who's doing the holding. If points were to be deducted, you would have to think it would be Floyd who would giving them up.
Even sometimes when he lands a good punch, he's still close, but he's trying to land pot shots just enough to keep the distance and get his points up.
And Floyd Mayweather reaches out with his left arm and grabs Hatton. Hatton, who's been accused of clinching and holding in the past, now wraps an arm under Mayweather's left arm. And round two is a scratch and sniff affair.
It looked to me as though Mayweather is making some adjustment to the moves and quickness of Hatton.
That fucking right hand, he's on it all the time, Ricky.
Yeah.
You've got to stop it, you know what I mean? More head movement. I like you keeping it on him, you've got to keep it on him. It's simple for now, simple for now. Like you said, like you're knocking him off balance. Then you'll start getting...
He the only one wrestling, Joe.
Listen, all he gonna do is press. That's all he gonna do. He can't fight. He gonna put pressure. So relax. Let's pot shot him. Pot shot him. Relax, okay?
Roger just said exactly what I'd said. That's what he's doing, is pot shot. He's landing clean punches and then tying him up right away, just enough to try to win points and to try to prevent him from getting too close to him. But as soon as he lands a punch, he's grabbing right away, just trying to do enough to win a decision. Not trying to throw combinations, just one single punch.
Don't punch. When you get the arms over their shoulders, don't punch.
Again, you wonder if Cortez is going to let Hatton fight where Hatton wants to fight.
Break out, let him out, let him out. Hey, Ricky, watch that holding.
This time, Cortez warns Hatton for holding, when it seems as though it's Mayweather who most frequently initiates the holds. Now, this is where Hatton wants to fight the fight.
Get the knocked out.
And he lands a solid left hand inside.
Don't be holding, come on, get the knocked out.
Hatton wants an ugly fight. Mayweather wants a pretty boy fight.
Stop.
It's an ugly fight.
Right there. Let him out clean.
Quick left hook by Floyd Mayweather. Hatton goes past it and gets him in against the ropes.
Floyd's main two punches has not been his jab. All he's trying to do is a check left hook where he pulls back, lands a left hook as Ricky comes in with his head up, or either throws a right hand lead. And immediately after landing either one of those punches, he ties up Ricky.
If there's any weakness in Floyd Mayweather's game, it may be that he's been so effective for so long throwing one punch at a time and taking no risks that he doesn't have the mentality of throwing combinations anymore.
Well, this guy's attacking it with a much more intensity, I said, than Oscar and the other guys. And you still look at Ricky's feet. He's bouncing, springing, changing angles when he attacks, and that's something that Floyd is not used to. Everybody else has been coming in a straight line.
Stop right there. Floyd, I'm holding that head down.
I've never seen Joe Cortez work this hard.
And I see Mayweather starting to breathe a little bit heavier than he normally would expect.
Floyd seems to be a lot more comfortable in this situation than I've ever saw him in any of his professional fights.
Watch that elbow inside.
Now he got caught with a choke.
Hard right hand by Mayweather. Hatton keeps coming. Mayweather strafes him with another right hand.
Let him out clean,
Floyd Mayweather's right hand counter
over the right eye.
And there's a cut over Ricky Hatton's right eye. Big cut.
This is just what everybody feared.
Had to come from one of those punches.
It was definitely from a punch. I don't think it was from a butt.
It was from the right hand shot. And now this will bring into play Hatton's celebrated cut man, Nick the Rub Williamson, a London taxi driver, who leaves his taxi behind and comes to work for Hatton. Ricky says he's the only man in the world who can stop my cuts. And Nick Williamson leaps into the ring.
But as far as you're concerned, that's fuck all, yeah? That's fuck all to what you've had. Listen, still the same stuff. You're having success, you knew it was going to be hard early on. You start getting a little bit slow soon. Still frustration, we're still working. You're getting a little bit more, you will get a bit more. And the roughing up inside, and that inside stuff will take more out of him than you because you're stronger than him. Yeah, you understand? You only knew it was going to be hard early, yeah? Just keep fighting, fight that cost fuck all. Screw shots, jabs.
Here you see Floyd laying a right-hand lead, which has been probably his most effective punch tonight. And he's been getting away with that a lot. He lands it and then he moves right in and smothers his opponent after that. And I think that was the punch that caused the cut.
Combi box averages per round through 3. Mayweather 10 out of 30, Hatton 6 out of 30. Mayweather landing at a 33% rate. Hatton landing at a 20% rate. Neither man throwing many punches. Neither man having time to throw many punches. Too much talking with Cortez. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim. 29-28. 2 rounds to 1, Ricky Hatton. And then, Jim, what bothers me about Floyd Mayweather is every time Ricky Hatton rushes in, and you know what he's going to do, have any of you guys in 3 rounds seen Floyd Mayweather take 1 step to the side? Never. He's right there. Ricky Hatton is controlling this fight by rushing in and landing good shots on the inside. And Mayweather's not giving us any lateral movement. 2-1, Hatton.
The reason for that, Harold, I believe, you tell me what you think, Emmanuel, is that Hatton comes quicker than he can anticipate. He's been fighting guys like Baldomir, who would be 30 yards up the track against Hatton, and some other fighters who just don't have this kind of sneaky quickness that Hatton has.
Ricky Hatton has just had his best minute of the fight because finally he's getting a chance to bull Mayweather to the ropes and to work inside and use his hands the way he wants to do it, and he just won the first minute of the 4th round outworking Floyd Mayweather against the ropes.
And you know, Mayweather's doing the same thing over and over. The right-hand lead, right-hand lead, right-hand lead. Either pull back and throw a hook as he's pulling back. He's not doing any jabs, any body punches, or any combinations at all. Basically those simple punches, mainly the right-hand lead.
And maybe the most important thing, at least in the first half of the round, is that Hatton's eye has not opened up again yet.
But Floyd Mayweather is now, as they get to the center of the ring, landing accurate counter shots and snapping Hatton's head back, just like that, with accurate right hands and left hooks.
But if forced to, which he has to do tonight, he's got to. Ricky's making him have to fight.
Now Hatton is hurt by those 2 big Mayweather shots.
He's getting with the same punch continually.
Interesting round. First minute of the round definitely belonged to the Hatton. Middle minute of the round definitely belonged to Mayweather. Still on the table now as we go down the stretch.
And the blood is coming out again.
After those free swinging shots by Mayweather, you can understand why. Now Hatton gets Mayweather to the ropes and wants to go to the body, but Cortez pulls him away.
This is definitely not Dancing with the Stars.
I think it's turned out to be a very good round for Floyd Mayweather because he withstood the challenge of the first minute of the round and found a way to get back to the center of the ring and land his counter shots.
Very good round for him.
And now Hatton will have a lot to think about as he goes back to his corner. He got punished in the last 2 minutes of the round.
Hey. Keep doing what you're doing. That's all you gotta do. That mother can't outfight you no way. He can't outfight you. All that wild shit he ain't landing. Listen, keep running that shit up the middle. Keep running that shit up the middle. Keep touching that.
Just nullify it. If you can't get anything, diffuse the situation. Do you understand? And you'll gradually wear him down. But as you're doing it now, you're too close to getting leverages and he's getting more stuff to the head. You can't get to the body because you're too close. Understand? As you're coming in, and they don't care if you fucking nullify inside. You can't get now.
Here you see Ricky Hatton so anxious to coming forward, not moving his head as much as he should, and Floyd is pinpointing all of his shots. And this is the first time in the fight that Floyd has put punches together. Before, he would just land 1 punch and then go into a clinch, but this time he put combinations together.
And 11 of Mayweather's 15 total connects in the round. came in the last 2 minutes, according to CompuBox.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
One-third of the way through the fight. Going to be a war of attrition. Stamina will be a factor coming down the stretch in this fight if Hatton's eyes hold up and he can make it into the late rounds. This is the kind of work he did against Costa Tszyu. Backing Tszyu into the ropes and scraping him with hard shots on the inside.
Veteran fighters can't handle this constant pressure without a chance to think about the fight. But Mayweather is still a relatively young veteran fighter.
And eats another hard right hand from the 30-year-old Mayweather. Most of the work in the round has been done by Hatton. They're fighting where he wants to fight.
But he's still leaving himself open to hit with short punches. You know, Floyd may explode at any time. He's not moving his head when he goes in at all anymore. He's just going straight in.
Get the hand with the head.
The one thing that I like what Ricky's doing, unlike the other guys, when he sees Floyd is in that defensive shell where you can't land a clean, effective punch, he's not throwing a whole flurry of punches, just mauling him, so to say, pushing him with his elbows, 1 or 2 punches, pushing him, manhandling him, but not exhausting himself.
Hatton lands an uppercut. Got in a couple of body shots. Takes a little right hand on the inside. This is a good round for Ricky Hatton so far. Now Mayweather gets to where he wants to fight, in the center of the ring.
Floyd's going to try to win the round by right hand leads. He can pull out a couple of flurries. He can still possibly steal this round.
But if Hatton can get Mayweather back to the ropes, he can probably seal the deal on this round.
This has definitely been a Ricky Hatton round here, and it's really the round, the way he wants the pattern of the fight to be for the rest of the fight. It's patterned off of this round right here.
Blood is trickling from above the right eye as Hatton maneuvers Mayweather back to the ropes and once again goes to work against his ribcage. Only 15 seconds left in the round.
What Hatton said was that his heart would explode before he lets up for 1 second. And certainly in this round, he has not let up for 1 second.
That was a Ricky Hatton round. That's the way he wants to fight.
Keep running your shit up the middle. Don't worry about all that bullshit. Keep running your shit up the middle. And keep moving your hand, touch that body when you get a chance. And stealing when you're away from him, because all he do is move his head, but he can't fight inside. You look at
I gave you several warnings.
Well, watch inside. What about all the holders?
Watch out, help my inside. I'm telling you now.
Carroll and Ray Hatton seated at ringside, there for all of Ricky's fights, and you can see the worry on Carroll's face and in the way she holds her hands. Ricky made some fascinating comments in our 24/7 series on HBO about the things his mother will say to him from ringside during the fight, almost bringing him to laughter, he says, to hear his mom say, "Get out of the way, don't let him hit you." Relatively elementary things. And Ricky, of course, with his dry wit, saying, "As if I hadn't thought of that, Mom." Power shots in round 5, according to CompuBox. Hatton 12 out of 52. Mayweather only 5 out of 19. Again, the round was fought as a Ricky Hatton round. Still, the cleanest artist punches landed in the fight are Floyd Mayweather counter right hands. Over the years, he's developed that right hand lead or right hand counter shot into an almost unstoppable weapon. He's quick with it. He disguises it with his lead shoulder. He throws it very accurately. Crowd thunders its appreciation as Hatton almost gets penalized for hitting Mayweather on the back of the head and is penalized.
You can't hit him behind the head. Illegal punches.
Very costly loss of a point for Hatton.
Come on, come on.
And he's saying that Mayweather turned his back.
Stop.
Good quick left hook by Floyd Mayweather. So Hatton has lost a point in the round for hitting Mayweather on the back of the head, and he's furious about it because he believes that Mayweather set the foul up by turning his back on it.
Well, what he's got to do is not get angry, but get even by trying to win the round, which would make it an even round.
Stop.
Mayweather hasn't done much offensively in the round. One good clean left hand. Hatton has once again controlled the real estate.
Let's go.
Body shots inside by Hatton. He simply throws with much greater frequency when they're in close quarters like this.
Well, that's where the short arms come in handy.
Yeah, short arms are very effective.
Keep it clean.
Now Hatton offers a right hand lead to try to change the tempo in the center of the ring.
Watch you guys, come on.
Mayweather kind of plays Hatton's game by leaning into him, and Ricky pulls him back to the rope.
You know, from my perspective, I think Hatton has come back and evened out the round.
Not going to be an easy fight to score. This crowd is boisterous.
Is it smart as you're coming in, right? And stop smothering your work. How's he feeling now? Tell me. Same? Or do you win a bit? Right, he's winning a bit. Right, you've got 6 left, yeah? With a point off, is the only got 2 down, right? That's with the 2 down, that's with the point off. Need 2 down. That's with the point off.
I'm telling you guys, I'm going to start taking some points.
Here you see Ricky mauling Floyd in the ropes, and then actually Floyd doing what he does, often turns his back. And even though, you know, Joe took the point away, myself, I would not have did it, because Floyd fights about 20% of his fight doing that, turning his back and forth.
By the way, I'm not sure Hatton even made contact. It looks as though he hit the top rope and not the back of Mayweather's head.
Well, he may have grazed it, but
the intent was
that
there.
was certainly a borderline situation.
We are 6 rounds through the fight, halfway done. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, in rounds I have it 3-2-1 even Ricky Hatton. In points, 57-56 Ricky Hatton. You know, Jim, Floyd Mayweather, somehow or another gives me no lateral movement. I don't think there's an excuse for that. Ricky Hatton, I gotta say this much about the cut man. In England, they only use adrenaline 1 to 1,000. In the United States, they use Avatine and Thrombin, which gives a U.S. cut man a tremendous advantage. Keep that in mind, Jim. Anyway, Ricky Hatton by 1 point.
Some of you may know that in his other life, Harold Letterman is a pharmacist, and thus his familiarity with the chemistry of cuts. Harold, surely Mick Williamson, Hatton's cut man, has availed himself of the opportunity to use what's legal in America,
Jim,
right?
I doubt it very much. I mean, every time I've seen the cut man from the UK, they don't know how to use Avatine. You have to have a certain expertise with it. They don't know what thrombin is. They swear by adrenaline 1 to 1,000. The U.S. cut guys rely on Avatine and thrombin mostly. They throw in the adrenaline as well.
Well, whatever he's using, Harold, it seems to be working pretty well. I mean, about 10 minutes ago, we thought this fight could end prematurely.
Doesn't seem in danger of ending prematurely now, that's for sure. And Ricky Hatton continues from round to round to control the real estate or at least to be able to get Floyd Mayweather maneuvered against the ropes often enough to be fighting more his fight than Mayweather's fight. Doesn't mean that he's landing clean, hard punches. Floyd Mayweather does that when they're in the center of the ring.
Floyd's mind is still very sharp, though. You have to be very careful. He's very cagey. He's fighting a different fight, but I think he's more dangerous now the way he's fighting.
And incidentally, just to button the discussion about cut technique, no, Mick Williamson is not using the American available Abatine, using, as Harold Letterman suggested exactly he would, the 1-to-100 adrenaline solution that they use in England.
You know, the difference between adrenaline and 1-1000, a lot of times you use it and it's not effective here because it's old. We don't look at the date on the bottle. And you have to have it fresh. It's something that has to be fresh.
This tutorial
has gotten too arcane. Yes. 20 seconds to go in round 7, and it's been very much like round 6.
It's another round where...
You know, last month we had a fight between Cotto and Mosley, a brilliant fight that everyone expected to go about the way it did. This fight is going about the way we expected also. An ugly, close quarters, mauling, brawling fight.
And suddenly at the end of that round, Ricky Hatton was able to make Floyd Mayweather miss with those right and left hand shots.
But Floyd is becoming more physical himself.
Keep pot shotting that motherfucker. Keep trying to run that shit up the middle. Touch the body. Touch the body, shoot that shit up the middle. All you doing is grab.
You're behind.
Worry about the next one, not the last one.
You're behind with the point off. You know what I mean? You've got to get some clean work in.
Let's see how many landed and how many he missed. Mayweather at the end of the round, right hand leads. Oh, this is a package of right hand leads from throughout the fight. That was early in the fight when he was landing right hands flush several times and punishing Hatton in the center of the ring. These have been the most damaging blows thrown so far, and we believe it was one of those right hands which created the cut over Ricky Hatton's right eye. Toward the end of the last round, Mayweather flurried and seemed to miss with most of his right and left hand shots. However, CompuBox numbers in round 7, Floyd Mayweather 12 out of 36, Hatton 6 out of 41. Mayweather, as was the case against De La Hoya, by far the more accurate puncher. That time it was Ricky Hatton who reached out and grabbed Floyd Mayweather after Mayweather connected with a punch. Now Mayweather takes Hatton back against the ropes, reversing the pattern. Uppercut by Mayweather. Good punch.
Now Floyd is really...
He's mixing up his attack.
Well, Ricky is bringing the best out of him.
Right hand seems momentarily to stun Hatton. But Ricky bounces and comes forward again.
But he's just eating up those right hands. And Floyd is, as I said at the end of the last round, is becoming more physical and more aggressive himself now.
Hatton would do well to try to get out of the center of the ring. Mayweather has huge advantages when they're out there.
Yeah, Floyd has still got good eyes and good reflexes. And I like to see him when he's more aggressive like he was a few seconds ago and when he fought Diego Corrales.
Now Hatton's back to where he wants to fight. Mayweather seemed to make it available to him as though he wanted to take a break from all the offensive action.
Get him out. Let's go, watch out.
One thing, Ricky cannot afford to get tired, because if he ever gets tired, Floyd is going to explode and will take him out, because Floyd still can think very good when he gets tired.
Good quick left hook by Mayweather as Hatton came in. Sometimes it's the right hand, sometimes it's the left hook. Huge round for Mayweather here in the 8th.
And don't forget, there's no standing count here.
Mayweather believes he's got Hatton in big trouble. Hatton gets a chance to land a right hand in return. Mayweather brought the crowd to their feet with that offensive assault, and it was brilliant stuff. Now Hatton shows he's not done yet.
The difference is Ricky's not landing anything effective and clean. It's ineffective aggression.
Keep doing what you just did. You're breaking that hole down. Don't worry. They'll rescue that motherfucker. Deep breath. Deep breath.
Beautiful work.
Floyd, you can beat him inside. You ain't got to walk away from that motherfucker. You hurt him.
Right. Lovely. Great. Fucking fine. Yeah, great. It's fine. No problem.
Everyone can take it on every punishment. I'm here to protect you.
Listen. He's okay.
Silly firing back there, though.
Yeah. Listen.
You're already back doing a good
As soon as he tries to open up, you close him down, right?
Yep, I see it right there. Oh. You see Floyd landing a lot of clean, effective punches this round. Even though Ricky was aggressive and mauling him, he never was landing the clean, effective punches the way that Floyd is. Floyd has been effective with the right hand all night long.
That was a landslide round from Mayweather, who by CompuBox count landed 26 out of 46 power shots. 6 of 31 for Ricky Hatton. So now Hatton needs something of a comeback as Mayweather has climbed into the lead on Harold Letterman's scorecard. A round like the last one shows you why, when CompuBox sorts out all of the fighters in the sport and defines them in plus-minus terms, percentage of punches connected versus percentage of punches connected against them, Floyd Mayweather has by far the most positive plus-minus rating of any fighter in the sport. Huge difference between Mayweather's connect percentage and the percentage of punches landed against him, and you're seeing it again here tonight.
Is Hatton slowing down, Emmanuel?
Yeah, I said he cannot afford to get tired and slow down because he does. Floyd, very intelligent fighter. He will study him, and once he sees he's slowing down, he will take advantage of him, maybe stop him as the fight goes on. Ricky is doing a lot of mauling, pushing, aggressive, but not landing clean, effective blows.
There's still little patches where Hatton gets to fight the way he wants to fight and seems to get the better of it.
But he's still not landing the clean blows. It is trademark left hook to the body. He hasn't landed that all night.
This does nothing to dampen the enthusiasm of Hatton's followers, as you can hear.
Well, he's moving in, but he keeps his head straight there. He doesn't move, and you can sense when Floyd's going to punch. All he did was just try to move his head, but he's just so anxious to get to him that he's not even preparing for punches to come back.
Bring out clean, let him out. Bring out.
Suddenly in this round, Floyd Mayweather begins to use his jab, a weapon we don't see all that often. It's almost as though he disdains it from time to time, somewhat in the fashion of Roy Jones at the peak of his career. Now there's that straight right hand again and again. Mayweather grinning to those at ringside as if to say, look how easy this is.
Got 2 rounds. You can't have any more rounds. There's 2 rounds left. You can't let him have any more. You can't let him have any more, Ricky. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah? Don't take no crazy chances with your fighting with your fucking face. Use your head, flip in with a single, and then when you hit his head, get some room to move. Get some room to punch. You've got to do it in these next 2 rounds. Right? Don't go crazy. I'm telling you, don't go fucking crazy. Think about defense. Forget about defense.
as if he wanted to show he could do it, Floyd Mayweather unveiled his jab in round 9 and landed 11 of 15 of them. 73% connect percentage. Ricky Hatton was 0 for 8 with his jab. Harold, how do you have it tonight?
Okay, Jim. 5-3, 1 even, 86-84, Floyd Mayweather. Jim, he's starting to move. You see, just as I said early in the fight, where Ricky Hatton rushes in, Floyd Mayweather skips back, gets off a nice right hand, and he nails him on the way in. Floyd taking over the fight, wins 3 rounds in a row on my card. I'm clean punch.
In case you're wondering about the indomitability of Hatton's fans, remember that Ricky Hatton and his public have never tasted defeat. 43 wins, no losses coming in. A victory would leave him once again dead level with his Welsh compatriot, Joe Calzaghe, who's 44 and 0. They've been stride for stride throughout their careers.
Check left hook.
Left hook.
A check left hook right into it. He never saw it.
What a perfect shot. The left hook by Mayweather, and that tells you everything you know.
And he is on shaky legs.
Yeah.
He's on shaky legs. He's got to bide time here.
Well, he's not the type of fighter that knows how to do that.
Every situation for Hatton.
This fight is over. Floyd Mayweather has a knockout victory over Ricky Hatton.
Mayweather dealt with a situation or a fighter he's never been confronted with before.
And it brought the best out of him.
He stayed close and closed the show.
A brilliant performance once again. Well said, Emmanuel. Hatton succeeded in bringing the best out of Mayweather.
He's always come up big in his biggest fights.
Hatton chatting with the doctor there. In the last few rounds of this fight, Floyd Mayweather showed you everything he can do. The brilliant defense, boxing skills, the jab, not often seen, the great left hook, those flush right-hand counterpunches, punching in combinations that he hasn't used in years. So, just as Emmanuel Stewart suggested, Hatton's triumph tonight is that he forced Mayweather to elevate his game. Mayweather's triumph is that he could elevate it, and he could show you why he's the best fighter in the sport.
Very impressive performance, but I thought it would happen. He would either lose or he would look his best, and it came out that he showed his best performance tonight.
Seemingly off stride at some points in the early rounds, he found every answer
Here
down
you
the
see
stretch.
the check left hook. As he was coming in, he caught him with the left hook, but which he's been hitting and went quite often tonight. That punch and the right-hand lead have been very consistent.
Hatton going head first into the ring post, which certainly didn't help.
Well, he didn't see it because his mind was all on offense. Plus, I think he was getting a little fatigued at that stage.
And then this is the end. Another flush left hook, a straight right hand, and before Mayweather could land another punch, Joe Cortez pulling Mayweather away as Hatton collapsed into the corner. Completely done. 2 left hooks.
Very accurate punches.
He's a tremendously accurate puncher. Statistically, the most accurate in the sport. And you saw it again tonight. Never has it been more clear who's the world's #1 pound-for-pound fighter. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official numbers on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, this contest comes to an end at 1 minute, 35 seconds of round number 10. The winner by knockout victory, and still, pound for pound, the best in the world, still welterweight world champion, Pretty Boy Floyd, a.k.a. Money
Ricky Hatton tastes defeat for the very first time. Floyd Mayweather remains unbeaten. Final CompuBox numbers, and Mayweather really rolled up the numbers in the last few rounds of the fight, so these statistics will look lopsided. He landed more than twice as many punches. He threw 43 fewer, so his plus-minus percentage is plus 22. 39% connected, 17% connected against. Jabs. Mayweather threw 72 of them. That's a high number for him. Landing 29, including 11 of 15 in the 9th round, the round before the knockout. Ricky Hatton, ineffective with the jab, 11 out of 63. Power shots, and most of Hatton's power shots were body punches inside or cuffing right hands inside, as he landed 52 out of 309, basically 1/6 of the punches he was throwing in power shots. And Mayweather, much more accurate, 100 out of 257. And in your mind's memory, as you remember how it looked, you feel like, well, gee, that number must be low. Mayweather seemed to be landing more than half. And let's go to Larry Merchant with the winner.
Thank you very much, Jim. Congratulations, Floyd. What was your strategy coming into the fight, knowing that it would be such a grueling, mauling beginning?
First of all, I want to thank God for this victory. I love all the fans that came over from the UK. I love all the American fans. It's truly been a blessing, to be in the sport of boxing. But I just took my time. I fought on the inside, I fought on the outside, and that was our game plan.
Did he make you uncomfortable at all? Because we've never seen you in that situation.
Well, a true champion can adapt to anything. A true champion can adapt to anything. But I want to thank Team Mayweather Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, Richard Schaefer. They've done one hell of a job, and all the fans from the UK, I love you.
Is there anything he did or could do that surprised you at all?
I already knew coming into this fight. That's why I didn't prepare halfway. I pushed myself to the limit. Ricky Hatton is one tough fighter. He's still a champion in my eyes, and I love to see him fight again.
Could you sense late in the fight, in the last couple of rounds, that he was weakening, that he wasn't coming at you quite as hard?
Ricky Hatton is probably one of the toughest competitors that I ever faced. He kept coming. I hit him with some big shots, some big body shots, but he kept coming. And I see why they call him the Hitman.
Well, let's take a look at the knockdowns and the stoppage, and you describe what happened and how the drift of the fight was going.
I step back. It's called the check hook. It's called the check hook. You learn that. You learn that shot from the old legendary trainers in Michigan. It's called the check hook. And he ran right into the shot. Came straight ahead.
Did you know that he was unsteady and couldn't survive very much longer?
Well, I just want him to. I'm glad that my opponent. Hopefully he fight another day. Well, he's one hell of a fighter, man. What else can I say? I just went out there and took care of business and done my job.
Did you think early on that the way he was coming and with his passion and determination, that there would come a time in the fight where you could get this kind of ending?
Well, I wanted to show the fans that I still got it. That's why I went through hand therapy, to show them that I can still punch with power, and I still got those exciting fights in me left. Because I think a few fights ago I gave the fans a couple of dub fights, but I wanted to come back with spark and a lot of energy. So that's what we did tonight.
You said to us yesterday that you intended not to retire, as you once put it, but to take a long vacation, 9 months, a year. What is your feeling right now about the future?
Well, thanks to Al Heyman, Leonard Ellaby, Golden Boy Promotions, and just one hell of a team. What else can I say? They pushed me to the limit. They got me everything that I asked for. They got me two of the biggest fights in boxing history, and it's just truly a blessing. Now I need a vacation. I'm not trying to call out no welterweights. I've done what I had to do in the sport. I accomplished what I had to accomplish. Now it's time for me to become a promoter.
So are you saying you're not going to fight a Miguel Cotto, a young, up-and-coming, strong fighter that a lot of people would like to see you in
Miguel Cotto is one hell of a champion, along with the rest of the welterweights. Shane Mosley is one hell of a champion. All the guys at welterweight and 154, and they are big champions. But I once said before when I talked to my team, I won't let the sport of boxing retire me. I'll retire from the sport. And I had one more thing to accomplish. I always wanted to go over to the UK and fight. I always wanted to go to the UK and fight. So since I couldn't go to the UK, we brought the best from UK, which is Ricky the Hitman Hatton. He's right here. Talk to him, Ricky. Come on over.
Just this last thing,
Come on over,
Floyd.
Ricky.
You want to go down as one of the best or the best fighters around. The best fighters have always taken on all the challenges out there. Like a Cotto or a Vernon Forrest or a Winky Wright, whoever is out there, so that you can do your thing.
I've done what I had to do in the sport. 6-time world champion, 5 different weight classes, 20 championship fights. I fought the best from all over the world, from De La Hoya to Ricky Hatton, and the list goes on and on. I have nothing else to prove to the world. Like I said before, I'm not gonna let boxing retire me. I'm gonna retire from boxing, and Golden Boy Promotions and Mayweather Promotions are the future of boxing.
Thank you very much. Again, congratulations, Floyd. All right, Ricky.
Fucking fans love you.
Ricky, it sounds like you haven't lost any of your friends or neighbors or fans tonight.
What a fluke that was. No, I thought I was doing all well. I think I was forcing it, but he's very good at making you miss and slipping and sliding. And I thought I was in the fight, but he had, he had a good round, and he was better inside than I thought. He could use his forehands to make room for the shots, and he got me.
Did you feel in the early stages of the fight that you were accomplishing what you wanted to do in making him work hard and being in his chest continually?
I think it was working, but I didn't quite stick to the game plan. I think I was a little bit too gun-ho, so to speak. I think I could have been a little bit more subtle in my approach, but he felt big and strong. I don't think he's the biggest welterweight I've seen, but I felt the difference,
Did you feel that you were just fighting with more emotion than you anticipated?
No, it's just, I knew what the tactics were. I knew what the tactics were to do. I think when we spoke this afternoon and all the guys and we were talking, I think what I was doing totally made sense, but I just wasn't quite good enough to apply it tonight.
When you almost knocked him down early, although it wasn't a big shot, he nearly went down. Did you feel, okay, this is going to go the way I think it should?
No, I expected him to, be the fastest at the early stages of the fight and slow down, but he was very clever, at nicking a breather and fiddling and farting about, and using his arms and elbows to get out of the way. And that's what he did, and then he picked off a couple of shots, and that was that.
So that in the late rounds, when he started to stand his ground and throw some combinations at you, you seemed to be slowing up and giving him just the kind of chance that he seized at the very end. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was forcing it, and I was doing well, but I think should have been just a little touch more care. I mean, I think it sounds daft this, but he's knocked me out, but I don't think he's the hardest puncher I've fought, but he's very accurate and he makes the right room for his punches, and and he got me.
It's not easy from this position, but can you give us just a brief statement about what you think your future still is in boxing?
Well, it's a lot easier at this position than on the position I was on my back. But I think, I know he's not the biggest welterweight in the world, but I think he's more natural at the weight than me. I think it showed at times, he was cleverer than I expected inside. I think one or two little sneaky fouls with the forearms and the shoulders and able to make the room for himself. But as I keep saying, it's not a tickling contest, is it?
It's not, but will you be getting into some of these battles again?
Oh yeah, you knock me down, I keep getting up, I keep coming back. Ricky Hatton's not finished. I think I was in the fight to a degree,
Thank you very much, Ricky, for a good fight.
Sorry everybody, thank you.
Jim?
All right, and let the record clearly state that the official judges shared none of Harold Letterman's enthusiasm for what Hatton was doing in the early rounds. The official scores at the moment of the knockout were 89-81, 89-81, and 88-82, indicating that Clements and Moretti saw one round that they gave to Hatton, and Paul Smith was able to give Hatton only 2 rounds, far different than the way Harold Letterman had been scoring the fight for a period of time as we went along there. Emmanuel Stewart, you heard Hatton's comments to the effect that Mayweather seemed bigger than him, an indicator, I guess, that Ricky's planning to go back down to 140 pounds. I think there was probably a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, but considering that Floyd is not even a big welterweight, so you know what it would have been like to be with one of the really true big guys in the division, such as a Margarita Cintron or Paul Williams. So that was one of the smaller guys. But I thought that Ricky fought a good fight. He just got too anxious and too careless. He was just coming in with so much aggression that he just didn't avoid getting hit, and he was getting hit with pretty much the same punches. But nevertheless, Floyd showed his best tonight. He's always been a good fighter. In fact, we were just talking to him, and he reminded us he was the first American to beat a Cuban in the International Olympic boxing in 20 years when he won his first fight with the Cubans in the 96 Olympics. So he has always been a good fighter, but tonight Ricky brought the best out in him. He couldn't lay back and relax and get away with a little safety move like he'd been doing with Oscar and the other guys. So it was a good performance all the way, and I have to thank Ricky for making him bring his best out also.
Mayweather announced a retirement after fighting De La Hoya last May, and virtually nobody paid any attention to that. It quickly went by the boards. What do you make of Floyd's assertion to us yesterday that he isn't going to fight in either 2008 or 2009? He needs a break from the sport.
Well, he's been very fortunate. He's been able to have 2 big money fights, made about $50 million in this year by fighting guys who he picked was big money makers, attractions themselves, and he really wasn't that high risk considered. Ricky was a small guy, and Oscar at that time had been inactive and hadn't had too many successful big fights recently. Now, if he goes on, he's going to have to fight the really true big welterweights. And I think that's not attractive because they won't bring him the money that he wants, and it's a much bigger risk. So I think the decision to take off for a while may be realistic in his plans.
Paul Williams is 6'1". Kermit Cintron is right around 6 feet. Miguel Cotto is a bulky, hard-hitting welterweight. Those are the kinds of fighters who will remain in the division if Mayweather indeed chooses to go inactive for the next couple of years. Larry, it was the last of a series of huge fights on the boxing calendar this year. Never has it been more clear who's number one pound for pound. What are your other perspectives on what happened here tonight?
Well, I think that we've been all calling for Floyd Mayweather, who is usually risk-averse, to close the show. That's what the good ones do. And he closed the show. He hung in there in a kind of a scrimmage. Ricky Hatton looks like it's always 3rd down and 1, and he's trying to dive across the 1st down marker. And he hung in there with him, and at the end of the day, he had more athletic ability, and he's kept his cool. We've seen that before. He did what a fighter of his elite status should do in that situation, and we take our hats off to him if we had hats.
Y'all better come over. Let me get a little bit of this TV.
We were just
complimenting you on closing the show.
We were just knocking you, Floyd, behind your back. We were just saying you
I love
look
you guys. HBO. It's been one hell of a.
Now, what's a Grand Rapids guy doing wearing these Ohio State colors, incidentally, here? You know,
we wanted to do something different. We wanted to wear something different tonight. You don't never get a chance to get in there and interview me, even though Larry, you do one hell of a job over the years. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but you're a good person.
So I asked you a totally impertinent question, obviously.
Oh, hey, I know how to clean it up.
Heck of a performance.
Thank
really
you,
sensational.
thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, Emmanuel said that Ricky brought out the best in you.
Well, I guess he did.
That was a heck of a performance,
All right, thank you.
that's for sure. All right.
Well, as Ricky Hatton, also said that, Floyd Mayweather could make a Christmas tree look somber.
I think they've seen each other enough for a while, despite all the camaraderie you saw in the ring afterward. This was the last live prize fight on HBO Pay-Per-View this year. It's by no means the last boxing available coming to you from HBO. We have boxing's best 5 nights in a row toward the end of the year, and there'll be plenty of other boxing material available on HBO On Demand. It's been a sensational year. Thanks so much for being with us, and this group will be back with you live in January. Meanwhile, Mayweather versus Hatton has been brought to you by MGM Grand, the city of entertainment in Las Vegas. Rockstar Energy Drink. Party like a rock star. Cerveza Tecate, beer with an attitude. Southwest Airlines, symbol of freedom. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment, brought to you by HBO. We'd like to thank the following internet partners. And so now for our entire crew, I'm Jim Lampley saying so long from Las Vegas, Nevada.